Let me tell you about my week in Medellin. We arrived the very first night and it was super cozy. There was nothing but strong wind and a lot of rain just hitting on the tin roof of our Airbnb. After traveling all afternoon, we were tired, so we started settling down and getting ready for bed. And it was then we started hearing whistling outside of our window. And so, of course, I decided to peek outside, and what I saw just did not give me any good vibes whatsoever. For some odd reason, there's someone down there whistling on a bicycle. There was a man riding his bicycle in circles, right there, in the middle of that street, over and over and over, slowly. My mind is thinking the worst of the worst. Immediately, I pick up my phone and I start texting my family and I'm like, hey, are you guys outside? And there was no response. And I send it to another cousin and they finally reply, you're gonna be all right. My lord, the sigh of relief. So this is apparently the equivalent of neighborhood watchers, where the Colombian citizens themselves have kind of designated themselves to taking shifts and turns throughout the week, and just to kind of keep an eye on the neighborhood and make sure that there's no one up to any sketchy business. The footage you see here is actually a different day, but it's the same situation. There was another guy, but this guy actually caught on the whistle. The moment we got the good news, we let out such a sigh of relief, and my wife instantly passed out. She was exhausted. We both had tattoo appointments that following morning. However, I needed to make a quick pit stop. I was committed to buying this passion fruit that my wife has never tried. It is exotic and it is native to Colombia. So I made my way to my local Éxito and I got myself a granadilla. There's just no way in hell that I cannot have a recording of you trying out granadilla.
Oh.
So, first of all, how does it feel?
It almost feels like there's a sponge in there inside. So I'm expecting a sponge texture, but I guess I'm in for a surprise.
Oh, indeed you are.
Hey, what? What is that? That's funky.
Yes, first thoughts.
I didn't expect seeds. I expected it to be like coconut.
Coconut?
You know? More like a spongy thing. Oh my, you know what? It smells like a banana. Yeah, it's very banana-like. Oh, that's okay. Okay, that's kind of gross, not gonna lie. The texture, honestly, is throwing me off. The seed itself, once you're really crunch it down, it's kind of a little bit sour. The taste, I would put it at a solid 7.
Likelihood to recommend to someone.
Oh yeah, 10.
A 10? Okay.
Yeah.
I still think she's lying through her teeth. I don't even like granadilla all that much. Come on. So the day of that tattoo, I was extremely nervous. I had been going back and forth with the tattoo artist for the last couple of weeks prior to our session, but I had yet to see what was the final design we were gonna put on my arm. That added a whole new level of anxiety to me that morning that I just did not expect. So I was not filming, to say the least. And not to mention it again, but it was 11 a.m. and I am not a fan of paying for breakfast. But thanks to our friends over at tktxauthentic.com, that was not the case that morning. For 6 solid hours, I was absolutely numb. I felt little to absolutely nothing. Thanks to Mithra, I was able to sit down for a 6-hour session very comfy. I genuinely believe that this is the closest thing that we get to pain-free when it comes to getting tattooed. I am beyond happy, and at this point, I don't even know if I'm gonna get any more tattoos without numbing creams. If you guys would like to check out their website, I'm gonna link it down below in the description box, and thank you to TKTX Authentic for sponsoring this video. So after a long and final session, my cousins ended up picking us up, and to celebrate, they invited us to one of the most beautiful places that Medellin has to offer. And so after driving an hour on the side of a mountain, there was this little spot, this mirador up in Medellin that lets you oversee the city, and it is so beautiful. The energy at the place was just so carefree. Everybody was smiling and laughing, enjoying drinks and food with their loved ones, and just letting the night fade away.
And so my family and I, we just sat there and we enjoyed our meal and we chatted and we had fun. We ended up kicking back by the fireplace and just listening to music and just enjoying each other's company and talking. And eventually we realized that we had to go.
So we gathered our things and we made our way over to the parking lot, and boy, do I really wish I had taken more footage of that parking lot. It was foggy and all the beautiful lights just hanging up, glistening with this bright orange color. Man, I had to take some photos. So with a camera and a couple of beers in our system, we got to shooting a few photographs. If you guys would like to check out those photos just a little bit closer, you can find them on my Instagram, as I also plan on publishing some additional photos and videos of my trip out to Medellin. Don't forget to press that like button to show your support, and I appreciate you guys sticking around. And I'll see you on the next one, my friend. Goodbye.